Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Floridians podcast. My name is David George Smith.
I'm with
Joining me is, and it's November 24th, 2025. Today we're going to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles game that took place yesterday.
You ever has at Thanksgiving where your heavier set uncle had a little bit too many mashed potatoes and started choking? The Eagles decided to do that like 4 days early. It was absolutely ridiculous. We got 21-0, and it's just like, don't feel like scoring anymore. No.
So I believe the first three drives, we'll get right into the stats, just how disgusting it is. I think the first three drives were a total of 196 yards where we scored. And I think the rest of the game, we had a total of like 111 after that.
Yeah, I know.
Like the total.
Like in the third quarter, they were pulling up a graphic, and we were at like 29 yards in the third quarter, where the Cowboys were already at like 141.
I believe 11 penalties or more.
And they weren't just any regular penalties; they were drive killers.
And this isn't something that I'm like looking up. Like this isn't something that I'm just like searching. This is like stuff I caught during the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was counting the amount of penalties. And it was about 11, maybe a little less than 15.
Yeah.
The play calling sucks. The running game sucks. Kevin Patullo only has 3 plays that he runs with Saquon Barkley, so it's just so easy. You wonder why Saquon's struggling. Is it and it's because of the dumb play calling.
If you don't love halfback dive on first down for the 29th time in a row, you don't be an Eagles fan. You're not prepared. You don't like the way we do things.
If you don't like that, you don't like Eagles football.
No.
Horrible. Just absolutely terrible. Absolutely disgusting.
However, Dave, I've really figured out something now. So I was saying some NCAA college football before this podcast.
Sure.
I decide to, take a page out of Kevin Patullo's playbook. I call a halfback draw on 3rd and 9. And I convert. So I think the real problem isn't Kevin Patullo. I think he's actually like a genius and like maybe the smartest football mind we've ever seen. I think we just need to get rid of Hurts and Saquon. Like I think their feeble minds just cannot understand the absolute intellect
Kevin
brain
Patullo
that is Kevin Patullo. I think everyone else is the problem. I think the 11 guys we have on offense are the problem, and Kevin Patullo, he sees in 4 dimensions when we only understand 3. It's just, I really don't think I've seen another football mind like this.
He mathematically just knows everything better about football than I do.
Yeah, I mean,
or anybody does.
Halfback draw on 3rd and 9. We don't convert. Well, you know what? Kevin Patullo knows, and the rest of the team doesn't. That's on them. That's an effort problem.
I think, all jokes aside, we need to talk about Nick Sirianni as well. I mean, there's just some mistakes that are just very coachable that you just don't do, like catching a punt return on the 2-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
That's little league stuff, man. They teach you that stuff in flag football when you're 8 years old, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that at some point, like that has to be, like it has to, like, come on.
12
That's morale
on that.
12 men on the field.
Just sloppy. Like, we had all those penalties called, and you could make an argument the refs are biased, but I don't even think it mattered. I think the refs could have called. I think the refs could have called us for 0 penalties, and they would have still found a way to mess it all up.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not using that as an excuse at all. Like, the penalties are icing on the cake. You remove the icing, there's still a big fat cake under there. And it's very obvious that was the least of the problems on the field.
It's terrible. That's terrible. And
I think I'll give the defense just a little bit of a pass on this game because of one, how they performed the past 2 weeks against past 2 games before this. And then, you've given them the tough assignment of covering George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. The Cowboys have weapons. I mean, they're top 3 offense by metrics. Like, you're going to give up. I think walking into Dallas's stadiums and only giving up 24 points to a top 3 offense, I think that's a win by the defense. If you had told me before the game that we held the Cowboys offense to 24, I would be very happy.
I mean, you called the score. It was just not the way that you wrong there. He was,
which honestly hurts more than just being way off.
Well, here's the thing, and we were talking about this the other day, is I said that the Eagles were going to come in and just completely dominate this game, and it looked like they did.
Yeah, I thought I was wrong the first quarter. I was like, oh my gosh, like I called it. Like I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket. I am a football genius. Like I need a job. Like ESPN needs to hire me now. On Kevin Patullo's level, you
like I noted as well as I had phone calls coming in for the offensive coordinator position. But I turned it down.
Knew that you didn't though is that scoring in the second half is extremely overrated, and we should just not do it.
Exactly. I suggested that we should score in the second half, and they completely just turned me down.
Nick Sirianni said, "Get out of here!
Get out of here! Well, just like that." Scram. Big Dom carries him out. He's like, "Okay, this way." Like Big Dom, like get a carry your out.
I think, yes, like we obviously had some coaching problems here. Again, I don't want to throw Nick Sirianni under the bus and say like he should be fired after this season. Like I think that's ridiculous.
That is.
And he obviously made some mistakes. I mean, what coach doesn't? But I think the most frustrating thing is all would be forgiven if he didn't come out in the press conference today and said they didn't plan on any changes. I know you have to say that to the press, but the problem is that I believe him and that nothing is going to change.
I genuinely believe when he said that he's not, because it came out today, so he's not demoting.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Like, I know that's obviously what you say. Even if the guy's 140% fired, you say that in your press conference and everything. You don't throw a guy under the bus publicly. But I absolutely 100% believe Nick Sirianni that nothing's going to change with the play calling.
I do too. I absolutely do. Eagles have 1,215 rushing yards. That's 21st in the NFL this season. Only 5 teams have a lower yards per attempt. We're just under 4. And the Eagles.
Saquon's at 3.7 yards a carry. So if the season ended today, it would be a by far career low by him. By far the worst year of his career if it ended today.
I mean, going in, I knew going in that Saquon wasn't going to have another 2,000-yard season.
Yeah.
I think everybody sort of knew that happens. We've said this on the podcast. I'm not going to repeat this, but everybody, this happens to running backs. But
1,000
doesn't help when they're great. Yeah, but it doesn't help when you only have your play call when the play calling is so damn predictable.
Mm-hmm. We're running out of the same formation several times now. Yeah, there are a couple parts where Saquon didn't pick the right hole and everything, but I mean, I've been watching Saquon all the way back from like Penn State through the Giants and everything. Every running back, you give them 20 carries, they'll pick the wrong hole 3 out of those 20 carries. Like that happens. You're making a choice on a fraction of a second on where to go. You're going to get hit no matter which one you take. Sometimes you just make the wrong call. So yeah, it is frustrating in a loss to see those kind of things and see them repeatedly picking the wrong hole. But I mean, the other thing is the defense knows which holes to cover. We run out of the same formation like 6 times in a row. I get he's
folks. You're not going to believe this. We had technical difficulties, so we apologize. We kind of don't know where we left off, but we do have a theory. We believe that Kevin Patullo and the elites are coming after us.
They're silencing me. They're turning off. I think they're stealing my power.
They messed up our connection.
I have no proof, but they're putting chemicals in the water. You just have to trust me on this one.
And I think it's Kevin Patullo that's putting the chemicals in the water.
Mm-hmm.
But we digress.
Chemicals that make you think 20 yards of offense and a half.
The chemicals make you think that no defense in the NFL will figure out our 3-run play scheme.
Yeah, I mean he's sitting there, and he watched Chip Kelly get fired, which that's hilarious, by the way. He watched
hilarious.
Kelly get fired, and the abysmal offense they're running over on the Raiders, and he's like, "I can do better. I can do a lot better." The Raiders don't throw to Brock Bowers. I can do better than that. We won't throw to anyone.
We're also recording at the same time of the Niners and Panthers Monday night game.
Yeah, Purdy 3 interceptions.
That's hilarious. I believe if who do we play if the playoffs started today? Who do we play? I think you sent me.
We play the Niners.
They're the Niners. After watching this game, do you think this is a team that we could beat? Or
well, yeah, I would like to think so, but Kevin Patullo with his galaxy brain mind is going. Kyle Shanahan and his cronies over there will never figure out my 3 halfback draws in a row. Never been done before.
On a 3rd and fucking 16.
And just as they start to figure it out, we're gonna run a screen. Yeah. And then we'll punt because I really like punters.
Here's this have you seen this like one graphic where there's like no crossers? Like it's the one graphic. I forget which play it was. It was like
one of the guys in the group chat, I think it was Chris, just sent a picture of the Eagles on that 3rd and 12.
Shout out to Chris.
5 of the receivers ran a 6-yard hitch route. They're all standing like 6 to 8 yards short of the first down line. Like not one person ran past the chains. And then Kevin Patullo is like, you imbeciles, you don't understand what I'm doing, okay?
The system. It's like winning time.
Yeah.
It's the system.
Jason's like,
it's the system. It'll work. It works. It just
he's like trying to run like Jalen Hurts and Saquon out of town, like Jason Segal was trying to run Magic Johnson out of town. He's like, he's selfish. He won't abide by my system.
He's trying to run AJ Brown out of there.
Kevin Patullo, like, I honestly think he's like has to be doing this on purpose. He throws up the most genius plays, gets AJ Brown nearly 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and he's like, "Yeah, you see, I can do great offense. Now we're gonna go back to sucking."
It's like Michael Jordan when he when he scored 55 just shooting threes. It's like I can do it. I just don't feel like doing it. I can call good plays, good offense. I just don't feel like calling good offense.
Maybe you guys stop calling me Saddam Hussein for 10 minutes. I'll go to the offensive game plan. Until then, it's halfback draws, screens, punts, and the occasional turnover on downs.
Horrible.
Just it's not good. It's gotta get better against Chicago, right? It has to, right?
I mean, when you're calling for Tank Bigsby to get some more opportunities, that's how you know it's getting rough.
Well, it's not even like disrespect to either of our running backs. I think we should be at Tank the ball more purely because Saquon's just coming off a season like last year. He doesn't need to be carrying it every time.
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this Will Shipley 3rd and 16 halfback draw.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you guys weren't ready for that. Your grandkids are gonna love it.
Your grandkids are gonna love it.
Patullo's like when they outlaw the forward pass in 2065, you'll realize to how would
Kevin Patullo pan out if it was 1947? He'd be a legend.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Throw Kevin Patullo and Kenny Pickett back in 1947. Kenny Pickett will still be last in passing, but the halfback draw will be revolutionary.
Here's another headline. Drew Makuba will be facing a surgery that could end his season. That's great.
It looks like it's giving
Um,
Sidney Jackson time.
yeah, I don't know if they gave
Sidney Brown.
did they give an update on Reed Blankenship?
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything. It looked nasty. He did need to be. I mean, he looked fine once he got on once he got on the sideline.
The fact we haven't heard anything, I think it's good news. Because usually when a guy gets hurt like that, at like a 425 game, you're usually getting the ESPN alert at like 9 a.m. that like he's out for weeks or getting put on IR or whatever. So I think the fact we haven't heard anything, there might actually be hope that he could play.
So actually, yeah, so that's crazy. So Makuba would actually take Blankenship's spot if he didn't play. But now that Makuba's out, he moved Sidney Jackson there, or Sidney Brown, excuse me. And then who else you got?
Marcus Epps.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Gee Louise.
We're gonna be weak at safety if not both of them can't play this week. One's bad enough. If both can't. I mean, I'm assuming they're both probably gonna be out because it's a Friday game. If it were a Sunday or Monday night game, they might have a chance. But I mean, a 4-day turnaround for Blankenship isn't going to be likely because we know Mukoba's out probably 4 to 6 weeks. That's what I heard, at least a month. Like they're putting him on IR. So
Yeah.
Oh, I think we can cover if Mukoba's out. Like I think patchwork of Sidney Brown and Marcus Epps could maybe get like 2/3 of what we get out of Mukoba. But if Blankenship's out, again, he was on this team a couple years ago. He was a fine player when he was here, but it's 4 to 5 years later. I really do not think Marcus Epps is a starting safety.
Absolutely not.
He's a guy I feel confident going out there, taking a couple reps, being on the special teams, playing like 10, 12 snaps a game. I don't know if I want him out there as a starter the whole time. I don't think he has it anymore. No disrespect to him, but he was streaky 5 years ago and now he's 5 years older. I don't. It's again, I don't mean to be disrespecting him. Marcus Epps I liked him when he was here and he came back, but I don't know. I think they're going to have to go and check free agency or the practice squad.
Yeah. So here I'm glad you said free agency because I'm looking up Justin Simmons, who played under Vic Fangio in Denver. He's available. He's a 4-time All-Pro.
It also opens the door with Michael Carter, and I don't know what Jair Alexander's up to. He could be in Tahiti right now, for all we know. But if we get one or both of them back, I mean, it does open the door. Do you move Coop to the safety? He was getting scouted by a lot of teams to play safety in the pros. He could be an absolute ball hawk at safety. I'm gonna miss him at corner, but like he could probably play the safety too. But then you're putting even more trust into a Jory Jackson, and I don't know if that's the answer. But it's basically coming down to who do you trust more in the secondary, Dory Jackson or Marcus Epps? And that's not the kind of situation you want to be in.
Not after a 4-day turnaround going into a tough game against Chicago. Dare I say I don't think that we'll win this game.
I mean, I said before that if we drop one, we'll win the other. Like I thought we were going to go 1-1 on this. So I think I didn't want to say it. And like this is going to look a lot like revisionist history, but I promise you it's really because I did not want to pick against the Birds on the podcast. I was going into that game thinking we were going to lose. We rarely sweep Dallas. We rarely win at Dallas at home. They're surging after the Quillen Williams trade. We're getting by on the skin of our teeth. It did not look like the game we were going to win. I feel much more confident against the Bears than I do the Cowboys, which is weird because the Bears are 8-3 and the Cowboys at the time were 4-5-1. So you don't look at those records and think I feel safer against the 8-3, but I do. It's really hard to sweep divisional opponents. We've been spoiled by the excuse of a football team. The Giants are out there, and the Dan Snyder mischief and the injuries they've had this year, because we haven't even played Washington yet. And I don't think we're going to play Jane Daniels this year. I don't think he's coming back.
No.
But yeah, I mean, it's just Dallas. I mean, we've been going 1-1 against Dallas pretty much every year since like 2006. I mean, there are some years they get us twice when we're bad. There's some years we get them twice, but the usual years we split. So
I believe the last year we beat Dallas was 2017.
that was the last time
in
we
Dallas.
beat Dallas in Dallas with Dak starting, because we did do it last year, but that was Cooper Rush.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but yeah, I didn't want to do it. Like, I didn't want to be such a pessimist to pick the Cowboys to win. But there was a reason why I picked the score to be so close. I was not confident going into that game.
Yeah, and Chicago is a streaky team too. They are sort of in the same boat that we are, where they are 8-3, but they've been squeaking out a lot of those wins.
Mm-hmm. But like they have an excuse. They're a young team with a new coach. We're defending Super Bowl champions.
A lot of injuries too over at Chicago.
So the expectations shouldn't be as high as Chicago. It's weird because we're both 8-3 right now. Chicago is extremely above their expectations, and the record is at expectations. How we've gotten to said record is below expectations. So, yeah, I mean, if I had to pick a score prediction for this game, I think it's actually going to be a pretty low scoring game. I haven't even like checked. Like, I feel kind of stupid for this. It's a home game, right? Like it's at Philly, right? Okay, so we're not going to deal with the Chicago weather, because throwing the ball in Chicago from like November to January is really, really hard.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's gonna be like a really like scrappy, like 17-14 game. Like,
I was gonna say 17-13. That's funny that you said that, but I think the Bears.
it's a short
take
week. You think the Bears are gonna take it?
Bears 17, the Eagles 13.
You think so? I'm gonna go 17-14 Birds. I think we can take this one, but I think it's gonna be, again, the Bears just played the Steelers. We just played the Cowboys. Extremely close. Bears won 34-31 against Pittsburgh. We each won and lost by a field goal, and I don't think this game's gonna be any different. Short week right after a holiday. Yeah, I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair, and it's going to be late November, nearly December in Philadelphia. I don't know what the weather's going to be for that game. I don't know how cold it's going to be. I definitely know it's going to be cold. I don't know what the wind's going to be like, but yeah, I think it's going to be a choppy game. 17-14 Birds.
Just to look at the weather, it's going to be time's that game 3:00.
Yeah,
it's going to be in the 40s. Winds of around 13, 18 miles an hour.
so nothing like too irregular.
Yeah.
It's going to be a cold game.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, as much as I want to say that I think the Eagles are going to win, because I think if we, and I think I might have told you, I forget who I told, but if we're going to win against the Bears this week, it has to be a statement win. It has to be a dominant win. It can't be one of these squeak out wins that we've been having. It can't be one of these. It just can't be this. And I just don't think that in this short turnaround time that we're ready to do this. I don't think Kevin Patullo is going anywhere. I don't think he's changing his ways. I don't think Sirianni wants him to change his ways. I don't think Sirianni cares if he changes his ways. I don't think AJ is going to get the ball. I think Jalen Hurts is going to get freak out in the pocket like he always does. I don't think Saquon's going to get anywhere with the rushing game. I think it's going to be 17-13 Bears.
Yeah, and we're gonna be short-staffed at safety.
Short-staffed at safety. We don't know about what's happening with Reed Blankenship. The Kubas
Rush disappeared last week.
out. Yeah. We don't know where Coop's going to be playing. Yeah, just not. I'm not very confident going into this game, and I don't think that we're going to be able to squeak out a win. I think this team needs like another bye week just to figure something out.
Well, I mean, they'll basically get that. They'll have a long week. They're playing on Friday and playing till Sunday, so they'll get an extra day.
Yeah.
And it's lucky that it's home against Chicago, so they don't have to worry about traveling on a short week. So there's the advantage there. Wonder what the spread for the game is. I think it's probably going to be Birds minus 3.5. It's probably going to be the spread.
So, Bears open as road. Bears are the underdog.
I figured the home team usually gets 3 free points on the spread. Yeah, the spread is Eagles -7.
-7. Wow.
I think the Bears are going to cover the spread. I think it's going to be a field goal game. I think it's going to be incredibly sloppy. Cold conditions, short week, physical teams, love their run games. I think the clock's going to constantly be chewing this game. So yeah. It's going to be a tough.
They didn't allow every score that the Steelers scored. I think the only play in that Steelers game was like just a goofy like thing that the Steelers got really lucky when they scored. Yeah. I don't know. It's getting to it was frustrating, and I know it's like you said, we haven't won against Dak's Cowboys in almost 10 years.
Game to lose. It was easy.
It's how you lose.
They did it.
It's how you lose. It's how you lose. I mean, there's just things that, like, I said this before, your Wi-Fi just had an aneurysm.
Yeah. Patullo is trying to silence me.
Patullo is trying to silence you.
I will continue to speak. I will not be silenced. The halfback draw does not scare me.
So you know what, Kevin Patullo? If you were in my house, I would not offer you a Diet Coke.
The Lion does not fear Kevin Patullo attempting to silence him. The Lion is, however, concerned about the offensive play calling and wonders how the short staffing at safety will affect his favorite football team come Friday. Yeah, I think this stretch of 2 games, when we had Dallas yesterday and we have the Bears on Friday, this stretch of 2 games probably has to be the first time I've not been excited to watch the Eagles play in like 5 years.
Yeah, I'm going into
Friday.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's like anything else I have to do that's important on Black Friday. But I want to stay home. I don't want to go out with all those crowds. Is Black Friday still a thing anymore? Like, people still go out and shop?
I feel like if you're back home, like I feel like the King of Prussia Mall will be packed.
It's gone downhill, man.
I know, but still, it's like I feel like that's still there. Like average towns, no, but I mean, you're going to be right by like the biggest mall in America.
In the country, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like that will have crowds, and I feel like the UTC mall down the road from me will have crowds, but like the average town or everything that doesn't have a huge mall, probably not. A lot of
Even if you do have a huge mall, like even if you have a mall, like even if you have like an average sized mall, it's probably not gonna be crowded. Oh, looks like Luke's Wi-Fi died again. Well, we already gave everything I think we had to talk about. I'm gonna give him a call. Actually, you know what I could do? Well, the camera's on my phone, so I can't call him on air. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here. I don't think either of us are excited going into this game. Let us know your thoughts. This has been the Floridians podcast. Kevin Patullo, stop trying to silence Luke. And there he goes. Have a good one, folks. See you soon.